Okay, so question 11, quite nice. Determine the value of A. So you've given 2 points and you've got an equation, determine the value of A. So we should all know that parallel lines have got the same gradient. So that might be m is 2 if they're parallel. This would be m is 2. Your perpendicular lines are the opposite. If you've got an m is equal to, say, 4, this m would be negative a quarter because you change the sign and you flip it. Because m perpendicular times the other m is going to give you negative 1. Okay. All we do is flip it and change the sign. So those are, for the parlance, that's what we're thinking here. These are the skills they might test when they use words like parallel and perpendicular. But to work out the actual gradients, we're going to have to use our equation and rearrange it. So a few people would look at that and say, fantastic, my gradient is negative 2, but it's not. It needs to be in the correct form. So I need to put it into y equals mx plus c. So that's 2/3 x plus 4, 3. Okay, so you rearrange it to make y equals mx plus c. Now we know that's the gradient, that's the intercept, don't care. That's our gradient. Okay, so I could say quite happily from that m is equal to 2/3. If it was perpendicular, it'd be negative 3/2. So that's great. I know what the equation is. And I'm trying to work out a, so I'm going to link that to my famous equation, y2 take away y1, x2 take away x1. Yeah, because the gradient, that's the gradient there. Yeah. We just don't know what y2 or y1 is. So let's rewrite that then. Let's say that 2/3 is going to be equal to, and I'll just call y2 a. So a take away 2 divided by 5 take away negative 7. So it's plus 7. And then it's just really a simple rearrange. I'm going to put that in blue just because it looks like a 9, just to kind of show it's not a 9. Okay. So we're saying that 2/3 is equal to a take away 2 divided by 12. At this point we can just cross multiply. I can move the 3 up here and the 12 up there. So 24 is equal to 3. Oh, whoops. Of a take away 2. Break out your bracket. I'll just write it in red this time because I'm getting bored of changing the changing the colours. 30 is 3a, so then a is going to be 10. So let's have a look at where our marks were for that one. Now that was quite a nice little question. I think the only difference from other questions is that it was making you tie in this equation with the gradient. I've not seen that for a little while actually. So watch out for that. But really this, quite straightforward algebraic fractions from 4th year, so not a national 5 skill, not a higher skill really. It was more breaking through the question and the kind of problem solving aspect that was maybe a little bit trickier. So the marking scheme says you'll get a mark for your gradient. So right away though, good mark to be had for just rearranging. Nice one. And then this, you're going to get a mark for here. So even just setting out your stall, saying, well, I know that this gradient has to be equal to, the y2 take away y1. Fantastic. And then your final mark for for actually solving it. But again, with all these questions, it's 2 marks quite early on. If you're not sure about this, don't worry, it's 1 mark. That's still 66% of or 67% of the marks available for working out a gradient and then using this. Okay. So yeah, hope that is helpful.